Hey, everyone for sign. Free one for sides fine free one. Freeway for sides for the dester datter, size fies freeway, side size for the datter for size fies bider datter for side cider by freeway, size fies freeway, size fies freeway, sides fies freeway, side free fies size freeway, size fies freeway, size fies size fies size fies size sizey size fies 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 Pure freeway state of, we remaking a spectacle techial. We remaking a spectacular. Corn chowder that SNN cores is a wee way. We are remaking a spectacular corn chowder that SNK is inspired by estered bipolar. Or by estered by reway corn cool quarter who estered by estered destered way with. This isn't just any corn chowder. This is estered way that estered way corn with destered way with this estered way with estered of RS inspired by S. Inspired by estered way with destered way with that estered way with elevated with this way with elevated with destered destered with elevated with estered destered with way with estered desert with destered desert 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 other desert 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 with desert 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 with desert 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 it is with desert desert in the with desert it. It's the desert that feels like desert 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 there. So, vid prostates drooly. Did pridey to privation so if they extra? Did prefer doey? Proddy so if they cooking so if they could drop brodians or proddy so if they could brody with brody so if furs there are with those their esters asters there are lesters los their esters asters ears los their esters asters there's satyr so if they're los there's so if you're ready if you're wrestling some sadie truly special let's get clishkly let's get kliss first there's there let's teave in. For let's first, cornel / fresher frozy / prosy, or frozen versy. But for week, which do you prefer? We'll also be using chicken brothio as well. We could prefer it as a day. So we could butter and be in. So we could brussy a days in. Cool. So we could brussy with salt and freshly be in. We could brussy with sefty, we could brussy with. We will bressy with quartz, we could breast to breast with chicker with hessa with fressy cressy with gressy cressly with a litter wever with a litter The full lister conteria side? What do we prefer? The full list with exact side is a dizer to the freeway priding. If I can dakin, it all down now. The combination of these simple ingredients is what creates the magic indens is what creates the magic. Buchenfastum brings a seaway coito, to Puken brings a seaway salty. And the Mr. Destum Destin Dester 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 Hester Dester Dester Zester Dester 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 Dater Zazer Dester Dester Dazer 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 Vader Dazer Dazer Vader Dazer Dazer Day Day Dazer Day Dazer Dater Dater Daver Dazer 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 Daisy Dazer Day Day Dater Dater Day Day Dazer Day 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 Dater Day 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 Lady there. Beautiful Widya, we could taste start. By Rena Saxes. Bookin' when we. 100th Creeway Sax. Which do a thy staken, let it cook a dusty. Let it cook a dustry fleed. What do you cook your dustry size? You wanna hear that sizzle. Bluety, which do you prefer? Once it's preferred? Once it's perfect. Once it's preferred to score sporzes. Once it's ludi, once it's ludi. Once it's a liddy slad. When it's a liddy slash, it's a liddy prefer with the slash. Bigger delos do you to mute you to see. Do not get rid of the glorious lace rendered, they can see with their datter bacon fat in the pot. But liquid hold of bit of freeway free to fur. Which do you prefer? Wick to ficking we ways to wick to way destined. With two ways. We could plus crester, bad woody ways side to you. Side to the onion set, the beauty freeway filled of all that, delicious of the bacon flavor. Next way to freeways. We can take bad to, 100% of peel to say. AI quo, add 2 ways to coal. 8 away 2 way AI quo, give them a good side stree. Give them a good stir and let 'em be a minute's kick for another 5 minutes. This step would have took with this step. Helps the potatoes begin to soften and to back this. Stay with the stessin to sap with the flavors from the onion and bacon fat. We're building flavor, layer by layer by layer. I'm playing with flazers like blazers and be a layers of lasers. There's theesers then we lasers. This is the step helps this step. This step This steps the potatoes begin to soften and absorb and zazes and absorb the flavors for flazes from the flavors from the ambient base facti fact. We may lave by lasers lazies. Lays lasers 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 lays. Lasers 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 laser lasers laser is laser if lasers laser the laser lasers lasers with their lays laser lays lasers is lazily is slay is lay you a lazily is lay and lazily lay and layly willy ellie lay stilly lay you lily and leasly you lexi Leafly of Leavely Silly Louis Sicily Silly We going to make a simple hole. We could prefer. We could kick we could give us a simple hold. Sprinkle 15 destiny. Will purpose flour which is flour over the vegetables. Do we for a tester to say? For a prudence streeway stare of. For a bowed. We would be a cool. Test it to cook out that raw flour taste. It will look a bit pasty. And let's see what it will look a bit pasty. And that's exactly what you want, but you prefer this set poisade. With 2 ways. Which do this step is do a dest away. Luxury says to fraud. It is a dest of way. We could brew with the sax bister last freeway station. It's time to turn this into a soup. You will gradually reforge freeway start we preferred prosta. Riskin to start. Start with cluis. To start whiskin. Broth. Bore look but of sax to side station. What's it smooth that? When it's a little wait then? Sat a little more. This technique prevents it. Quinti stacti. Prevent this to this technique prevent this. Which do with the daughter basis for this dusting. Once all the broth fister to sacras duster did. We would bring the mixture to a gentle simmer. See how it's already starting to thicken up. Beautiful we could see where we see out to the destiny. The odor freeway star is a side of the show. The corn waste, view a stasher, Gettison Brewell Sizer, grams of corn. Kernels to the pot, freeway size stir. Freeway stir is at a way stir. Freeway stir away stay. Stir a stay freeway stay 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 sadie stay 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 day stay 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 day stay 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 day stay 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 say 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 sadie 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 city 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 lay city 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 city. You want to cook it at 2. We could prefer. We would purdy for a condor. You can test the spicins, bow poking with feces, with a portace in way with a fork. It's your dester today. But we are due with flies to we. Can we prefer do you see with the imperative? The kitty with the sapt of the two ways who save we save we save with save we 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 save the Euromo save we save we save we save we save we save with the in kitchen right now should be absolutely incredible, sweetie. Save we 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 are where and we're in where, and in where and where and we're in the where with their save. We're in the way we're in where with, where in the way we were doing, poor willow sect poor and willow waiters. Up poor willow waiters of heavy. Poor willow waiters, of willow waiter, stir I can tell the duster innerly. It will prefer, it will fill it every way. It will prefer through a dustardagin.con. This is what gives the chowder. At which do we prefer? This is what gives the chowder its decadin. Finally season with the bad bester. Finally season with the bad bravway side season. Plus way. Black pepper. Always taste as you go. Here's a pro tip for you. Here's a pro tip for you. Here's a pro tip for you. If you want an even smoother texture, so we would beauty far we can use an immersion blender to blend a second of n-way. Free to vendut, but per voti fully for this creates. Oxter with his free h for this creatus for this chorus to win. It's the 4 corn to potatoes. If you're using fresh corn, scrape a. And there you have it, lady full boo to a score sack slosh show, with what will let do way sows / stream to a datter dasher, with score lash 3 ways. We could score sash dash 3 ways soused and don't forget to don't 40 size don't filled you. Sol size to back size dasher will go with. We will go with gores to back sash sulfur sulfly sulful salty sulful salty softly scorely softly 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 sol salvo for softly 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 Perbly softly 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 size softly 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 size softly softly is softly where you saw with sauce size softly softly with southy. Thank you Stowe Sykes. Would you prefer Psych you so much? For two-way, which do you prefer? We could pretty size, corn decide dest of recipe. A tried, visits through crowd pleaser, and a personal favorite of mine. Beauty freeway sluway stew with brutio please for sec do it please. Bitty freeway sluways, broody freeway sluways, freeway sluways, where we could please sluways. It pleased it. Let me know to Saxon. We could prefer you could be a cooping